you've just come to the end of an amazing season. What's your reflection been on the past couple of months?
I've been thinking a lot about it, and I'm really happy about how the season went. Actually, I think it was great. Running the best time of my life ever in 4-meter hurdles, and actually just getting the chance to run. I feel very privileged that we even got the chance to run. So, I think it's been great. And right now, I feel like I left it all on track, and I'm tired and ready to get back to training.
The highlight of your summer, and many people's athletics summer, was your 46.87. How much is that a source of pride, and how much is it a source of perhaps slight frustration?
It's a bit of a mix. It's a great cocktail of emotions, I would say. Running 46.87 it's great, and people always say that fourth place is the worst place to finish in. I totally disagree. It's worse to be fifth, and it's even worse to be sixth. So I'm as close as it gets, and I need to be proud of that, and keep it as a motivation. But of course, you always want to run faster, and given that it was not like the perfect race, that is something that I can work with towards next season. But a bit frustrating. So it is, but that is top sports. Everything is frustrating because you always feel like there's something you could have done better, and that is what keeps you pushing, I think.
And the manner of how you've been doing things since you sort of you burst onto the scene, your personality definitely comes through in what you do. How conscious are you of showing your personality on the track and beforehand and things?
I'm not very conscious about it. I'm very conscious about being positive and trying to bring the right vibe into the track. Also the attacking mode and everything. That is something that I work with. But my personality is quite open, and I feel like I'm just being myself, and hopefully I am, because I don't want to be fake in any way. So for me, it's like this is the way I am, and I feel like what people see is my passion. I love this sport, and I do it with all my passion, and I hope that shows.
Yeah, and you also don't seem to be afraid of making fun of yourself as well. How important is that, and perhaps not taking things too seriously at times as well?
I think it's really important not to take yourself too seriously, and I never do, because what is fun about that? And I think I'm comfortable enough to have fun on my own behalf. It's no problem for me, and it's humor. I love humor, and that is what keeps me going. And I use a lot of time at practice, so to have fun and to have low shoulders, it's important.
Yeah. Is that something that sort of spreads into the rest of your life? Do you have the same approach to everything in life as you do towards athletics?
I think so. Yeah. And the funny thing is that me and my coach is quite similar there, and we use a lot of time together. And he is also the same person, he makes a lot of fun about himself, and we crack jokes together. And I think when you have that attitude, that is something you can bring back home after training, because in general you try to be happy. And my coach says a thing that is really smart. I will try to translate it into English, but it's my hard. But he says some people needs a reason to be happy, and some people needs a reason to be angry. And I think it's better when you need a reason to be angry instead of needing a reason to be happy.
And what would you say sort of drives you? What gives you that motivation? As you say, you create a lot of it yourself. I mean, where does it come from?
Most of it come from the hard work that we do. I consider myself and my coach as really hard workers. We put a lot of time into the training, the planning, everything. It's all in the smallest details. And then you feel like you deserve it, and when you feel like you deserve something, I think that you are willing to go very, very hard at competition to take what you feel like you deserve. So that is my motivation, to bring back something that you feel like you deserve because of the hard work that you put in. And of course, everybody feel that way. Everybody feel like they've done a hard work, and that is probably one of their motivations. But that fire is burning very hard inside of me.
How different an athlete do you think you were between the 2017 world champion and the world champion last year?
I think I have a lot of experience, and I also know that the world is a, tougher place than I thought. It's not like you win a world championship once and people will salute you for the rest of your life. You got to prove yourself every time. And to be honest, I like that, because that is what keeps you on your toes. So, these last 3 years have been, very, very changing for me. But I feel like, I'm actually more comfortable because, I don't want, the bright side of the gold medal, which is, all the parties and all the stuff you get invited to. I want the hard work. I want to continue. I've actually found the right love of the sport, and what I feel like is the most important thing. It's having fun doing the work. I think most people are like, oh, I've done so much work, now I really deserve to live my life. But when I'm at practice, I feel like I'm living my life, and that is probably the biggest difference. And it's a great question with what I feel like is a special answer for me, because nobody ever asked that question. But the thing is, you need to really discover the passion for what you do to, when you're at work, you're actually doing what you love the most, and then you will never work.
There's a lot to look forward to next year. Fingers crossed.
Word.